Hello, I'm the Shagar, the Half-Orc Bandit, and today is going to be a D&D horror story. We're going to do this pretty freeform, so it might get a little bit rambly. This is very much not scripted. I hope you don't mind this. Let me know in the comments if this ends up being a little bit rambly. But we're going to go over a horror story, and then I'm going to offer my insight and opinions. The first one that I found here, it seems to be relatively popular. I think I've seen this one on Quick Grab and on uh, and D&D horror stories by Crispy Tavern. But figured I'd do my own take. It was found on the D&D horror stories Reddit, so no surprise that it's pretty commonly found. But I just wanted to offer my fresh opinion, and we'll see. All right. So Dean tries to gay shame a friend in me. Then it gets worse. This was found on Reddit, and starts off with, so a year ago, my friend John and my girlfriend Jane and I started playing in a new group with two friends of ours, and Kyle, the GM, a friend of theirs. We agreed on the light-hearted game, focusing on exploration and curiosity. I made a male human fighter of low birth who aims to become some kind of champion, while John played a female elven wizard of noble birth who wanted to find out who she was outside of her family. Over the first 5 or so sessions, John and I noticed that we had created the perfect opportunity for a cliché romance with a low-born guy wanting to prove himself to this out-of-reach high-born girl she wanted him to acknowledge her for her personalities, not her heritage. So we started RPing this romance and exchanging flirty banter and awkward compliments like nothing sexual or dirty. No one at our table is into that kind of stuff. And it really had fun, and other players liked it too. One of their characters even trying to matchmake us. But soon the GM Kyle started to convince everyone at the table that we were gay, even though we were both straight, romancing each other. Even though we only did so in character. And for a while, we were like, okay, whatever. Then when this came up, we were having fun nonetheless. Didn't want to open Pandora's box, but after a while, session 16 or 17, I think, our characters actually became a couple. And at that point, Kyle really just lost it. First, he tried to punish us in character, even though we didn't get that at the point and just thought he wanted to challenge us as a group. He then very awkwardly tried to convince my girlfriend that I, being obviously gay, wasn't right for her, that she should get together with him and his superior straight maleness. After that very awkward session, we decided we would sleep over it and discuss it with the group the next day. When we woke up, he had messaged John and me that he had to kick us from the table because he just couldn't be around gays. And had then blocked us everywhere. He had also messaged my girlfriend inviting her to stay at the table and dump me. At that point, even the two friends of ours who had tried to stay said as possible about the conflict, decided that we would no longer play with him. We started a new game with John as the DM and have been playing happily ever since. We wrote Kyle a letter, an actual letter, as he had blocked us everywhere, trying to explain our point of view and the problems with his homophobia, but unsurprisingly, never answered. But right off the bat, I want to say that it is good that the friends supported these two players. And of course, given my own personal biases, the DM in question was very much kind of a jerk. Given Even if it is consented and that the girlfriend was at the table, they were fully aware of this being a fictional reality. The attempt to try and horn in on the man that doesn't seem to be having any kind of struggles is just wrong, along with the disgustingness that is the homophobia. One thing that most people tend to understand, and one thing that people tend to know, is that romances at the table aren't necessarily real romances and don't have any connotations on actual preferences to the people. Dungeons and Dragons is a game of fiction as well as the characters, and it's pretty common for players to try and explore viewpoints that are not their own, including gender-based viewpoints. For some like myself, tend to keep to the specific gender for comfort purposes, but most people are realizing that this is a game of pretend and that things should keep like that. Big kudos to the group keeping on with that. 100% appreciate that. And the fact that there was nothing explicitly sexual meant that this was really a non-issue, other than, of course, the xenophobia, and the full group banded together and let them know what they thought of that. Very big kiddos. This was the D&D horror story for the day. I hope that this little rambling format wasn't too unappreciated, and if you like what you hear, know that there is going to be more to come. And also consider supporting me on Patreon. The link will be included below. Also, like and subscribe. We are going to get more into this. I'll soon have some opinions on third-party content, as I've not seen very many D&D tubers talk about third-party content, only new content that is from WotC. And I'll also be interested in doing more horror stories, so there will be more of these to come. Good night, everyone. This is Shagar, the Half-Orc Bandit.